It was a surprise when The Athletic's Shams Charania tweeted that Draymond Green had struck Poole during practice. It was an even greater shock when Yahoo Sports' Chris Haynes reported that Poole's attitude had irked some of his teammates leading up to the skirmish. Draymond Green isn't the most level-headed player, that's for sure, but it remains unclear as to why he felt angry enough that he felt the need to strike his teammate physically. Of course, Green deserved to receive some form of discipline after such an inexcusable action, but now, people are running away with the narrative that Jordan Poole had become a tad more prideful due to his impending expensive contract extension. Today's video will be about what the NBA world thinks about Jordan Poole. In a world where news is reported through social media in piecemeal servings, it's difficult to know what is true and what is not. Poole is on the final year of his rookie contract, while Green has 2 years left on his deal with the team. Warriors veterans Stephen Curry and Andre Iguodala have pushed back on Haynes' report, and general manager Bob Myers denied that Poole and Green's contract situations played into the incident. In today's video, we will talk about what NBA players and analysts think about Jordan Poole, both before and after the current incident. Let's keep rolling. After news of the altercation between Green and Poole broke on Wednesday, a tweet from Chris Haynes of Yahoo Sports suggested that the incident could have stemmed from a change in Poole's attitude as he negotiates a potential extension with the Warriors. Kerr, Myers, and Curry categorically denied the report, saying that Poole has been great during camp so far. The specific tweet put out yesterday about insinuating that JP's attitude or something has changed since he's been in this training camp or even whatever time they're talking about. It's absolute BS, Curry said. Andre Iguodala addressed it yesterday with his tweet, and we can kind of leave it at that. JP's been great. Jordan has been fantastic throughout camp, Kerr said. There was a report that I was made aware of last night that someone put out there that Jordan had an attitude at camp. Nothing could be further from the truth. He's been fantastic. So, disappointing to see misinformation out there, but I wanted to make sure I set the record straight on that. The Warriors are taking care of the situation internally, as they should, and the emergence of Jordan Poole in the playoffs has been nothing short of a Cinderella story. Very few folks out there saw this coming from the Golden State Warriors stud. There's no denying that the 22-year-old has potential, but not too many predicted that his rise would come this soon. As a matter of fact, the pundits heavily criticized the Warriors when they drafted Poole as the 28th overall pick in 2019. Former CBS sports writer Reed Forgrave said this when asked about Poole. Maybe the worst pick in the draft so far. It's nothing against Jordan Poole, no offense, dude. I think the guy could be a rotational NBA player someday, but if you're going to get a guy who can come in and make shots, you're picking a sophomore. You're picking a guy who's 20 years old and has some growth to do. This is a guy that you likely could have gotten as an undrafted free agent, so this is such an overdraft. To be fair, Poole didn't exactly take the league by storm in his rookie year. However, he's now emerged as one of the most important players on a roster that has no less than 3 future Hall of Famers. At this point, I don't think anyone can say that the Warriors made a mistake on Poole during the 2019 NBA draft. Sorry, guy, but you got your prediction all wrong. This is a prime example of an old message that did not age well at all. Unfortunately, the internet never forgets, and it always keeps receipts. But let's now check out a couple of stories which maybe point out to a different side of Jordan Poole. Number 1. Damian Lillard. Damian Lillard, while in conversation with Colin Cowherd, recalled an instance where he faced off against Jordan Poole and the Golden State Warriors. When Poole scored a three-pointer in front of Dame, he trash-talked him. Dame noted that he usually doesn't initiate trash talks, but he replied to Jordan, and that back and forth continued till the end of the game. Lillard stated that he scored about 40 points, but they still lost to the Warriors. Then, in the next game against the Warriors, Poole was on the bench that time, and upon seeing Lillard not scoring, Poole said that Lillard wouldn't be able to do much in the game because he wasn't in form. Lillard scored 60 points that night, and the Warriors lost, which is when he went near the Warriors bench and told Draymond, who was sitting beside Poole, that he didn't really like the guy. I didn't really pay attention to him until 2 years ago. We played against Golden State and Steph was hurt, Draymond was hurt, and we were playing against them and he wasn't playing a lot of minutes. But he did a move and he scored on me. Started talking smack, and you know I don't talk smack. I had like 40, but we lost to Golden State, and towards the end of the first half, I'm at the free throw line and he's just back there just talking. So I turned to him and I'm like, man, shut up. So we started going back and forth, and then like shortly after that, we played them on MLK Day in Portland, and he was on the bench and I started the game real slow, and he's on the bench and he says, he ain't on tonight. So I look at him. I ended up scoring 60 points, and we beat them, and I just remember telling Draymond, man, I don't mess with that dude like that. I don't like him. Poole learned the hard way he shouldn't mess with Lillard, and he still has a long way to go until he can hang with the best of them. Number 2. Ja Morant. During last playoff's Western Conference semifinals Game 3 between the Grizzlies and the Warriors, it did not end without controversy. Ja Morant was forced to exit the game in the fourth quarter with a suspected knee injury, and his instant reaction on Twitter says a lot about what just went down. Shortly after the final buzzer, the Grizzlies superstar came out with a cryptic tweet that said, "Broke the code." Many believe this was in reference to Jordan Poole appearing to pull on his knee as the Warriors guard attempted to steal the ball away from Ja. Morant quickly took down the tweet. For some context, this tweet was in reference to Warriors head coach Steve Kerr previously saying that Grizzlies forward Dillon Brooks broke the code with his flagrant 2 on Gary Payton II in Game 2 of the series. Morant clearly took note of Kerr's comments and decided to clap back at Poole and the Warriors with the exact same statement. Here's a look at the contentious moment that supposedly led to the Grizzlies' star's injury. You can clearly see Poole pulling on Morant's right knee here, and the Warriors guard even gave Ja a bit of a push from behind in the same movement. Whether or not it was intentional is something that we will not be able to determine, but it does make us wonder whether there is something more to Poole's attitude and antics. After a stressful week for Poole, who was at the center of controversy, the 23-year-old played 23 minutes in the loss and finished with a team-high 25 points on 10 of 19 shooting, and based on how Poole played Sunday, it's clear he hasn't been bothered by the outside noise this week, as he looks to put on a similar show during the upcoming season, where the bench will be watching his every move. And what is your opinion on Jordan Poole? Are all these rumors false, or is there something to it? Will Poole stay with the Warriors and forgive Draymond Green? I would love to hear what you think, so please let me know in the comment section. Oh, and don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel for more amazing NBA stories. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.